My God, am I a fucking dumbass or what, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome over to Lucas C. Allen on any YouTube or any audio platform, to say the least. In today's podcast, the second podcast of the day. Well, first of all, let's just get out of the way and say about I'm a fucking idiot. I say that because my Monday Night Raw for July 7, 2025 review today. Go if you missed that, go check that out. On YouTube and all audio platforms, to say the least. I got that back, by the way. If you know about that, go discuss in the Raw review. I forgot to talk about the El Grande Americano and Dragon Lee match. Yes, I am a fucking idiot, people. I thought the match was just very mid. That's why I probably forgot, honestly, because it was so fucking mid, and to the point where I didn't fucking care. I mean, El Grande Americano, Naomi is Ludwig Kaiser. No? Sorry. No, serious, I forgot to discuss that today. But all my thoughts about it, I'm going to be quick thoughts right here. It's just saying it was a mid-match, to say the least. I didn't really care for it whatsoever. It's too bad for Dragon Lee taking another fucking L. You know, I love Ludwig Kaiser picked up an L, even though he's a Grande Americano, to say the least. What's going on, everybody? How you all doing today? I'm your host, always, Lucas C. Allen. Lucas C. on Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Lucas C. Allen. Facebook is still technically No Limits to Lucas. You watch it on YouTube. Hit the like button today's upload. It's my second upload today. Hit the like button it. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on the bell for all post notifications so I miss an upload on YouTube. And if you also leave a comment on the video, what do you think of my rankings here for WWE Women's World and Smackdown Women's Championships? All into one. If you watch on Spotify or any audio platform, leave me a 5-star rating on Spotify, say the least. Helps a new platform immensely, to say the least. So if you're on Spotify, hit me a 5-star rating. Let's say do Apple Podcasts too, but I don't have Apple Podcasts yet. I'm back with iHeartRadio because I'm back with Spreaker, everybody. Yay! Hopefully get my ads sooner rather than later. I still don't know yet. I'm still penning, to say the least. Let's go into your podcast today, shall we? Enough of my spiel on my propaganda bullshit. I know, people. We're going to get into your WWE Women's World Championship and SmackDown Women's Championship rankings, ranking all 14 champions involving SmackDown and all WWE Women's World Champions. Some of them are not even with the company. Like my girl Sasha Banks ain't with the company no more. She's now Mercedes Moné in AEW. And Carmella's not with the company anymore. Naomi was originally not with the company until she came back a couple of years ago. Last year in January of 2024, Royal match. You get the point. And who else? Is somebody else in this list not even from WWE anymore? I don't think so. Ronda Rousey, too. She's on this list. She's obviously not with the company anymore. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Three women that are not with the company anymore. And one was originally left the company until she came back in Naomi. So 14 champions, 3 of them not even with the company anymore. To say the least. Including my favorite of all women's wrestling, Sasha Banks / Mercedes Moné. You get the point. Going into your rankings, starting with the people I'm going to rank. Starting with Becky Lynch. She'll be coming in this list sooner than later. Also Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Natalya, Charlotte Flair, Carmella, Asuka, Bayley, Sasha Banks, like I said, Bianca Belair, Ronda Rousey, like I said, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and the current WWE Women's World Champion right now, Iyo Sky. Will also be technically ranked in this list as well. Hope you all enjoy this, my rankings. And by the way, if you have your own rankings, rank all the WWE Women's World Champions / SmackDown Women's Champions in below. If you don't know any of the candidates, I'll leave you this link in the description. I'll give you all the rankings of all the freaking women, to say the least. So all the women will be on the ranking on this list. I'll give you rankings in the description, like Becky, Alexa, etc. You get the point. So there you go. That's today's podcast, man. Guy who joined me is always going to say this week's rankings. I don't do this week's very much. But this kind of is your WWE Women's World Champions and SmackDown Women's Champions rankings for Tuesday, July 8th, 2025, to say the least. So, we're going to be starting from the last place, the list number 14, to say the least. So, starting from bottom, look right up, all the way up to the top. Starting last place, number 14, by far the worst women's champion out of this whole list of the Women's World Title and Smackdown Women's Championships. Drum roll, please. Number 14, or last place, is Ronda Rousey. Do I need to say more about Ronda Rousey as your SmackDown Women's Champion from 2022? The drizzling shit. By the way, she got the title from Charlotte Flair, ultimately dropped the title back to Charlotte Flair. When technically, Ronda's never been the champion to begin with at WrestleMania 38. Or was WrestleMania 38 Backlash. WrestleMania Backlash, remember that shit? Oh god, I prefer not to. She shouldn't have even won the title then either. It was the wrong place for Ronda even to win the championship. Her second time around fucking sucked in WWE. And we know who should have been the SmackDown Women's Champion after WrestleMania 38. If someone's think about dearly on this list, is Sasha Banks, my girl. And no, it's not because I'm a fucking shill of her. You can call me this or that. It should have been Sasha Banks winning the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble match. Should have been like that. But nope, it's gotta be Ronda fucking Rousey. And you wonder why Mercedes Moné got all the creative control so far. Even if they want to say it, to say the least. Even if she even has any. She has every right to have creative control in AEW, by the way. Just from that fucking sequence in general. To say the least. We'll just discuss Mercedes in a minute here. She's on those lists, obviously. Last place is Ronda Rousey. Or Ronda Rousey, when the fucking name this woman. She's not even been a champion at all. She really shouldn't have. But now she's got toggled the spotlight from girls like Sasha, some girls like Bayley, and all the other women that worked hard. Fucking ridiculous. Ronda was by far the worst SmackDown Women's Champion of all time. Worst Women's Champion of the World Title and Women's World Title and SmackDown Women's Champion by far. Coming in number 13. Drumroll, please. I hate doing this. I love this one. I love her as an all-time great. Drumroll, please, though. Number 13, a second to last place, is Natalya Neidhart. Lucas, what the fuck, Daddy, at number 13? Well, technically, it's not because by the way, it's nothing because of favoritism or anything to do with that. It's just how the reign run and how many reigns they technically have for each championship. You get the point. Natalya comes in number 13 only because, she didn't have a good run whatsoever. She ultimately just dropped the title a couple months later to Charlotte Flair. As most of the women on this list did. Literally, Charlotte has, 8 title reigns about this said championship, not including the Raw Women's Championship, to say the least. Which probably will be doing that eventually, to say the least, as well. Natalya comes in number 13. She didn't have a memorable run. And plus, she got controversial stuff from SummerSlam of that year, 2017, when she ended Naomi's reign as SmackDown Women's Champion. I don't like the criticism whatsoever because of Natalya. I love Natty to death. She is freaking great. Still to this day, I feel she's one of the most underappreciated women's wrestlers of all time. But to say the least, that was not a great one whatsoever. So the fucking hiccup go lovely. Lovely. Natalya doesn't have a remember run with the SmackDown Women's title. It's kind of sad to say the least. I believe that's the only women's title run, honestly. Since a couple months since the Divas era. Not because they were the Raw or SmackDown Women's title. She never won it, besides this one SmackDown one. It's kind of sad. We love Natalya to death on this podcast, though. Shout out to Natty, to say the least. Coming at number 12. Drumroll, please. I love this girl there. She's not only on WWE anymore. But drumroll, please. Number 12 is Carmella. Now, people. I loved her cash-in from 2018. I gotta be honest. I thought it was freaking very good. One of the better Money in the Bank cash-ins involved in the female side of things. Of all time. Money in the Bank, you get the point. But to me, for the run she had with the SmackDown Women's title, it was just not very, memorable. She had matches with Asuka and James Ellsworth by her side. That's all it was. Until she dropped the title to Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch in a triple threat match at SummerSlam. By the way, but we wish Becky would have won that one, but at least she got the month later, to say the least. But Carmella comes in at number 12. She didn't have a great one whatsoever. And plus, it was wrong place, the wrong time. Booking was not very favoritism towards women like Carmella. I love Carmella. She's gotten a lot better ever since this title run. She's gotten a lot better, and she's one of my favorites, honestly. I wish she'd be wrestling still to this day. And especially in the WWE Women's Division and mid-card titles. Triple H, I'm looking at you. Not physically, but you get the point, to say the least. But let's be real. Carmella did not have a great one with the title whatsoever. And it's kind of a shame to a point. I feel she's a very underrated wrestler. I really do. She just didn't a great matches with it. It's kind of sad, to say the least. We will miss Carmella dearly, to say the least, on this podcast. Grateful she's in with. She's a mom now and everything. Well, we do wish she wrestles more and more. Maybe she wrestles in independent scene from now on. Maybe she goes to AEW. We don't fucking know. We wish she find what she wants to do. In all honesty. But shout out to Mella for sure. She is money, to say the least. See what I did there? No, sorry. Moving on to number 11. General Place. It is the current WWE Women's World Champion right now, Iyo Sky, number 11. She should be fucking higher, I'll be honest there. But she has had nothing with this Women's World title right now. It's all about Rhea Ripley and Rhea Ripley only, it felt like. And watch her drop the championship right back to Rhea at Sunday at Evolution, too. I'm not hating Rhea Ripley whatsoever, people. There's plenty of people that call her Rhea Hogan. Do you see me dropping the name Rhea Hogan? No, I don't. Even I did there, it was obviously an insult to Rhea Hogan lover propaganda bullshit, to say the least. But Iyo Sky comes in at number 11. She has had not a great run whatsoever. The only reason why she's higher than Carmella, Natalya, and Ronda, but let's be real, she's the better wrestler of all three of them. You know, Natty's great, and Carmella is very underappreciated. I felt Ronda is Ronda. What do you want me to say? But Iyo is phenomenal. Iyo is one of the best. If you said right now, Iyo Sky is the best women's wrestler on all the planet Earth, I wouldn't have fucking bat an eyelash. But seriously, she's not booked like it because Triple H doesn't know how to book women like Iyo Sky. It doesn't involve Rhea Ripley. It is what it is. I hate the fact that it's just a fact, but still, it is what it is. Iyo Sky comes in number 11, the current WWE Women's World Champion. I hope to God she somehow retains that Evolution, by the way. I have this weird feeling Rhea's going to get the championship right back. They're playing the storyline. Rhea can't beat Iyo. Watch that freaking come to fruition come Sunday. Once Rhea Ripley inevitably beats Iyo Sky. Hope to God I am wrong, to say the least. So I have my Evolution pre-predictions sooner rather than later throughout this week. Coming in the top 10, shall we? Moving on to number 10. Drum roll, please. Number 10 is Asuka. From Monday Night Raw right now, to say the least. One half of the Kabuki Warriors. Now, I've been debating about putting her at number 9. But I don't think I'm going to put her at 9. She's only had one run to the championship compared to this other woman that had 2. We'll get into man number 9, but Asuka is one of the all-time greats. And it saddens me that she is not, in the top, at least 7, honestly. But let's just Vince McMahon's for you folks. Vince McMahon. People want to say Vince McMahon, you want Vince McMahon back in WWE right now to this day. You all be out of your fucking mind. Are you fucking serious? I know Triple H ain't perfect. No shit, Sherlock. I've been getting as much Triple H criticism as any other man. But Vince McMahon, he's better than Vince. He's definitely better than Vince. Vince, you want Vince McMahon back? Yeah, you might regret that in a month or so until Nelly comes back, if that even happens. But to say the least, Asuka is one of the all-time freaking greats. I love Asuka personally. She is fucking phenomenal. One of the all-time greats, like I said, in women's wrestling history. She's her run with the championship. She had, 2 runs with this title? I know one off the tap off the bat when she won in 2018 in a TLC match against Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. I believe she had a second run with this. So they might think in the Raw Women's title twice. I don't even fucking know this at least. But say at least Asuka comes in number 10. I wish she was in the top 7 because she is one of the best in the world right now to this day. And obviously the greatest of all time. Asuka comes in number 10. Moving on to your top 9. We'll just stop at putting number 10. Drum roll, please. Number 9 is the current WWE Women's Champion. I'm sorry, should be in the next WWE Women's Champion, Naomi. Oh, man. You know she's getting that championship sooner rather than later, right? Most freaking definitely she's getting that championship. Whether it's Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, or Tiffany Stratton, it doesn't fucking matter. Naomi's going to get that championship sooner rather than later. And rightfully should. And have at least a sort of a run until WrestleMania. Would I trust Triple H to do that? Probably not. But Naomi comes in number 9. We want to say Miss Trinity Fatu. I love Naomi. I loved her ever since she was I first seen her, honestly, in 2015. I thought she had potential then. And look at her now. 2-time Smackdown Women's Champion. Could be a 3rd-time Women's Champion sooner rather than later. Miss Moneybank. We all love Naomi on this fucking podcast. And if you don't, hit the fucking bricks. You're not allowed on this freaking train. Seriously, you're not allowed. If you don't like Naomi, what the fuck is right? You're a fucking bike outside my house. What else is fucking new? Unbelievable. All the fucking times I record is on bikes, kids, or freaking thunderstorms. Unbelievable. But honestly, Naomi, going back to your regular standard programming, shall we? Naomi's freaking great. She went to runs 2 times with the Smackdown Women's, so one of her first one got cut short, I believe. I forgot for what reason. It was like a shoulder injury or something like that. And she won the title championship back to later. It's WrestleMania 33 against a 6-pack talent being Alexa Bliss and more memorably. Say the least, Naomi is freaking phenomenal. What do you want me to say about Miss Trinity Fatu than I already did? Naomi is fucking great. We love Naomi, and she comes in number 9. Moving on to your number 8. Drum roll, please. Number 8 is Charlotte Flair, who held this championship lead for 8 times. Yeah, she comes in number 8 and in the slot number 8 with her championship goal. You see what I did there? Let me stop cracking jokes for me, shall we? Reason why she held the title for 8 times. Why the fuck is she at least not even number 2? Because just because she has 8 runs with this championship doesn't mean that she's automatically at least the top 2 people. Come on, you don't get it that easy. It's not that easy there. I don't know what to fucking tell you, people. Charlotte won, and she might have won the title 8 times, but she's dropped it at least 7. So you gotta see? Quality over quantity. Well, you're Mercedes Moné fan. She has 6 championships. Shut the fuck up, please, idiot. Are we talking about Mercedes? No, we're talking about Charlotte right now, people. And plus, those titles don't even fucking mean anything. So what's the point? But going back to Charlotte Flair, shall we? Don't get me wrong, I like Charlotte. She's drawn me a lot over the years, so I used to never like her whatsoever. You see me back in like the girl Sasha Banks days in 2016 with Charlotte. Oh boy, that was a fucking hell horse for me. And a lot of other Mercedes Moné fans, to say the least. But Charlotte comes in number 8. She's better than the runs she's gotten. The runs below from like Naomi, Asuka, Iyo, Carmella, Natalya, and Ronda. I mean, come on. She's better than those reigns, but not by much. We all like Charlotte to a point. Some people, at least, just can't stand Charlotte's guts, to say the least. But I don't mind Charlotte. I don't mind Charlotte whatsoever. She's grown me a lot. Not saying she's in the top 5, but with SmackDown Women's Championships worthy or Women's World Title worthy whatsoever. I'm just saying. She comes in number 8. Moving on to number 7. Drum roll, please. Number 7 is our partner for Charlotte Flair right now, Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss comes in number 7. Just like Charlotte, we all appreciate Alexa Bliss. She's over as hell with the crowd by now. We all love Alexa ever since she came in 25th, 2025. And that women's Royal match, that pop was fucking insane, man. As you still hear fucking bikes. I can still hear him! Yeah, you over there! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We all love Alexa Bliss, to say at least. I'm gonna say one of the best wrestlers in the world, but she at least has a lot of star power to her. And she comes in number 7. She can hold her own in the ring, I feel, honestly. I always say this, people, as long as you have good, at least good to decent in-ring chemistry with other women, and ability to say at least, can cut great promos, at least tell a story, at least one or the other, you're going to be golden as a women's wrestler in the United States or WWE or AEW. I'm telling you right now. Well, this was like Stardom. I might be a little bit worried for Alexa Bliss, to say the least. But it's not Stardom. It's obviously American soil, to say the least. Alexa Bliss comes in at number 7. We don't need to say Alexa already has. She is freaking very good at what she does. Is she the best pound-for-pound wrestler? No. She's like an Iyo, like a Mercedes Moné? No. But she can hold her own ring? Yes, she can. I'm a big fan of Alexa Bliss's Sally. She comes in number 7. Moving on to number 6. Drumroll, please. Number 6 is someone I love dearly, my girl, Mercedes Moné / Sasha Banks, here to say the least. What do you want me to say, man? You know what I'm going to say about Sasha Banks? She's been a 2-time Smackdown Women's Champion. What's over fucking Ronda Rousey? And Vince McMahon's bullshit, Brooklyn, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm still never going to get over that 2022 Royal Rumble loss. I'm just not. What do you want me to say? If someone like Bianca would have won, that fine. That would make at least a little of sense, like Sasha. But no, we had fucking Ronda win and taking Mercedes' spot against Charlotte. Should have been the match. You said Becky and Bianca for the Raw title, and Sasha and Charlotte for the SmackDown side. That year. Not Charlotte and Ronda, and we got at least a Raw way with Bianca and Becky, but still. Couldn't stand that fucking shit, man. It's probably why Mercedes walked out with Naomi. You know damn well that's probably the reason to do that. Oh, but she has a big fat ego right now. Well, you wonder why. Because of booking like that, to say the least. You wonder fucking why then, dumb fuck McGee. It's not that hard to figure out. In all seriousness, Sasha Banks, number 6, and you only have one championship run. Well, I'll be honest. It was probably her best main roster singles title run. It's kind of sad to figure that out, but still. I hate the fact that Ross was flipping, flopping back and forth with Charlotte and the one time with Asuka. At least I understood the Asuka one to a point. I understand a bigger story with the SmackDown Women's title. We get the point with Bayley. But the Charlotte ones, not so much. Sasha Banks comes in number 6. She had a very good run, I felt, with this championship. She had a match with Carmella, elevated her big time. And Bianca match, forget about it. One of the best women's main events. There's only 2 of them, but still. But by the way, right outcome, by the way, for that main event at WrestleMania 37-91. Not Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre. God, what the fuck is wrong with you people back then, to say the least. But Sasha Banks comes in number 6. Moving on to your top 5. Drum roll, please. Number 5 is my second favorite women's wrestler right now, of all time too, Bianca Belair. Our glorious EST. Sucks she's going to miss Evolution, by the way. I tweeted out last night during Raw. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, the Evolution 2 without Bianca Belair is a fucking criminal, I feel. Is she a mystery in the Evolution Battle Royal? I don't know. I don't think so. She's probably clear for, I think, August. Beginning of August, I think, right? Last time I saw a report. But still. Bianca had I want to say a memorable run with this championship. You don't want to say memorable whatsoever. I mean, she held the top from WrestleMania to SummerSlam. But she didn't drop that to Sasha Banks. She dropped that to Becky Lynch in 18 seconds. I hated that booking. Then at least they developed a better story afterward. It made somewhat of sense, to say the least. I didn't like that decision then. I still don't like it to now, to say the least. But Bianca comes in number 5, one of the best women's professional wrestlers in the goddamn, or probably one of the best wrestlers right now on the earth. Male or female. Bianca comes in number 5. She had a decent run. She had matches with Bayley, over a great feud with Bayley for a SmackDown Women's title. I thought that was very fun. Culminating the Hell in a Cell match was very fun. So Bianca comes in number 5. Moving on to your top 4. I spoiled this on Twitter, by the way. Just not the rankings, obviously, these 4 women. Drum roll, please, though. Number 4 is Rhea Ripley, who's probably going to win back the Women's World Championship this coming Sunday at Evolution. Knock on wood. Please, Triple H, don't do that. I like Rhea Ripley. Don't make me want to not like her, to say the least. Rhea is very good at what she does. Rhea's freaking very good. And she's one of probably the better women's world champion out of all the women, to say the least. But still, it's not the same much. The women's world title has only been around for like a couple of years now. Ever since WrestleMania 39, I believe. That's to say the least. But honestly, Rhea Ripley comes in number 4. She had not a great run per se, but at least she held the title to the point where her star power may explicit that to umpteenth degree more up there. That's what I feel about that situation. Rhea Ripley is number 4 on my list. And she wasn't bad women's world champion. She's not even bad in general of a wrestler. I actually quite like Rhea Ripley. She just should not be winning back that title at Evolution. She probably will, to say the least. If I'm wrong, I will admit I was a fucking wrong man, to say the least. But Rhea Ripley comes in number 4 for the best WWE Women's World Champion / Smackdown Women's Champion of all time for my list. Rhea comes in number 4. Moving on to your top 3. Drum roll, please. Number 3 is Liv Morgan, who's now out with injury. We wish Liv nothing but the best. With that injury, she suffered against Kyrie, saying it was very, very not great timing whatsoever, to say the least. But Liv, we wish her the best, and she had a very good run the second time with the women's world title. Might not be matches per se, but the story she's been telling, that Judgment Day feud with Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, I feel like it was the best Liv Morgan we've seen. I believe Liv Morgan is still even going before this injury right now. We've seen the best of Liv Morgan. Probably the best is still to come for her. Like I said, hope the guy like Rhea somehow beats Rhea at Evolution. And have Roxanne Perez, well, somehow to hope, Roxanne Perez beats Iyo for that Women's World title and get Liv win the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. And get Roxanne and Liv Morgan, I almost said Iyo again, and Liv Morgan for the WWE Women's World title at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. That's the freaking match you should do. Would Triple H do that? Probably not. But Liv comes in number 3 into the top 3. She is just freaking something else, is she? Gorgeous, can wrestle her ass off, can tell great stories. Liv is just a freaking gem to women's professional wrestling 2025. You don't like Liv Morgan, I don't know what else to fucking tell you, to say the least. Liv is great, and hope to see her back very soon. And see her thriving before she went out. Liv Morgan comes in number 3. Moving on to your top 2. It's not that hard to figure out. Drum roll, please. Number 2 is Becky Lynch. What do you want me to say about Becky? I'll tell you what I'll say about Becky Lynch. She had a very fun title feud. Remember, she what did he say at WrestleMania 35? What was it saying? When she won the Raw and SmackDown Women's title. Oh, Becky 2 belts. I'm sorry, Becky 2 belts. Honestly, that name is just basic. I do not like the name that, to say the least whatsoever. I love Becky Lynch. I love Becky to death. But this name was just... Can we come up with something more creative than that there? Vince McMahon, Triple H, what the fuck is the name of them? You know, maybe Becky came up with that name. I don't fucking know, to say the least. I'm not in Rebecca Quinn's closet. I'm like Seth Rollins. This sounds fucking weird. I know, so let's just move on, shall we? Becky comes in number 2. She's one of the better SmackDown women. Obviously, she's number 2 and about 14 women. But Becky, she had a great one with won the title. I think it was SmackDown 2018 when she had held that. And she dropped out of the TLC match against Charlotte and Asuka in TLC of 2018. Not a bad match whatsoever. I mean, was it like great per se? No, I think it was kind of disappointing. But the obviously moment afterward to have Asuka win that championship was probably a little bit better than the match, to say the least. But Becky Lynch comes in number 2, and I'll be honest, she might be a better women's champion. If you would say she's better than the number one spot on this list, I'm going to bat an eyelash. From my perspective, for number one is she held this championship for a long-ass freaking time. I'm getting to it right now. Getting to number one, you probably can guess it, right? But drumroll anyways. Number one is Bayley. You spoiled now, I have 14 women. I can name all the 13 of them. Then we get to Bayley as number one. Bayley is number one. This is by far, in my opinion, the obvious pick out of all the rankings here. Besides Ronda Rousey at last. The last best women's world champion / Smackdown women's champion. And the best Smackdown women's champion / women's world champion. So obviously the better rankings. More obvious rankings to say the least. If Bayley comes in number one on my list, and you can say no to that. Bayley is the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion, and she had one of the better championship runs in the modern era of the women's division. Like, seriously, let's put some respect on Miss Pamela, to say the least. The run she had, the storytelling she had in the pandemic era with that SmackDown Women's title, with Sasha Banks, those two women hold down the freaking pandemic era, it's not even fucking funny. It's all it fucking was. And Bayley comes in number one as your best WWE Women's World Champion / SmackDown Women's Champion of all time for this list. That's my list, man. I'll repeat again. Number 14, Ronda Rousey. Number 13, Natalya. Number 12, Carmella. Number 11, Iyo Sky. Number 10, Asuka. Number 9, Naomi. Number 8, Charlotte Flair. Number 7, Alexa Bliss. Number 7, Alexa Bliss. Number 6, Sasha Banks. Number 5, Bianca Belair. Number 4, Rhea Ripley. Number 3, Liv Morgan. And number 2, Becky Lynch. And obviously number 1 is Bayley. That is my best WWE Women's World Champion / SmackDown Women's Champion list. Top 14 all rankings to say the least. Thank y'all for watching. Lucas Ion on YouTube and all audio platforms. Today being for your WWE Women's World Champion and SmackDown Women's Championship rankings of all of them for Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. Maybe back tomorrow with your NXT July 8th, 2025 review. Probably going out right now. It's 8:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going right now at NXT. I'm basically going head-to-head at NXT. Thank you for watching me, to say the least. I'm only joking. Thank y'all for watching. Lucas Ion on Twitter Lucas Ion on YouTube and all audio platforms. I'll catch y'all tomorrow for NXT July 8th, 2025 review on Lucas Ion on YouTube and then all audio platforms. Until tomorrow, for more content on Lucas Ion on YouTube and all audio platforms, peace, love, and out. Take care. Love y'all big time, to say the least.